Quinn here, Life After Money. Do you remember me? It's a long time since I last did a video and I have been reminded of that. So I think I need to get on with making more videos. My head's been a bit full with arts and crafts, making art and walking and holidays, but now back to the grindstone and let's think about making videos. So where was I with the Trucking Life series? I think I was talking about being self-employed as a freelance driver. I think that was the last one I did. So there's one or two more stories left to tell you of that. I was going to put 2 stories on this one video today, but I've just been sorting out some information, paperwork, pictures for you to look at. So I think I'm going to have to just make it the one story for today and do another video about the next story. But yes, just as a recap, I've been driving a long time now and changed jobs quite a lot and got loads of experience, and also running the Lady Truckers Club for quite a few years, and that meant going to truck shows and publicising the club and putting the word out that women can actually drive trucks. So I thought it's time for a new challenge. It's time that I organised a truck show myself. So I knew it was going to be a big job, but I really wanted to do it. I just thought, well, yeah, give it a try. You don't know till you try. So the first thing was to find a venue for it. I checked out the obvious places. A lot of the big places big locations were out of my price range, because I was doing this from scratch. I had actually no money to spare for it. It was going to be putting my own money into it for a start to get it off the ground, and I had to rule out a lot of the venues because I just couldn't afford it. But eventually I did find a place. It was at the Poplars truckstop at Lymm in Cheshire, and they said I could have my truck show there. I did have to pay rent for the site, and but it was up to me then to adjust my prices and charge for, you know, entering the truck show, coming in as a visitor, drivers entering the trucks in, and I had to pay for the entertainment at night. There was a whole lot of things that I had to pay for, but then it was up to me to try and get that money back. At the end of the day, I did actually just cover my expenses, so there was no money to be made from it. But I had 2 friends to help me, and Linda from Ellesmere Port, she was my very best friend, my best trucking friend at the time. She helped me, and a friend from Beverley called Mike, he helped me quite a lot. So basically there was the 3 of us, and I set it for a date in Easter, actually, Easter, bearing in mind that there was a lot of competition with other truck shows as well, and my truck show was a new one, so I had to utilise all my contacts that I'd made from going to previous truck shows and from running the Lady Truckers Club. So that was how I got started, and I gave myself several months to get it organised. There was paperwork to design, there was leaflets, there was posters, there was a brochure, and there was advertising to sell. and prices to negotiate, and printer to pay, because it was before computers, so I couldn't print anything off myself. And it took several months to do that, actually. But I achieved it. Yes, the truck show did happen. I think it was pretty good. So I'll just lay some stuff out on the table there, and I'll take you over to have a look. So if you're going to come with me, I will just move you to the table behind, and we can have a look at what I've set out. Here we go. Try not to my stand to put the computer on. Polystyrene. So I've got some paperwork here, and I'll just talk you through it without trying to wobble the camera. So I called it the Motorvation Truckshow. That was the name I came up with, the Motorvation Truckshow. I designed the pictures and the forms. There was posters there to put out in, well, places where I visited along the road. You know, I used to use truck stops quite a lot, so I put posters up in all of those, and so it was the Motorvation Truck Show. And as well as the posters, there were smaller leaflets which I used to leave around everywhere and hope people picked them up and got the information they needed. And I did the forms that people had to fill in for the souvenir brochure, advertising space, so they had to pay to put an advert in. And there's the deadline, 12th of March 1995. Wow, time moves on, doesn't it? So, booking form for general trade exhibitors. So this is what they had to fill in for that. If they wanted outdoor space, and there was a model truck show, and they could have indoor space. Advanced tickets for the truckers' party at night. So there was a live band. It was an all-girl band, actually. Disco buffet, £12.50 per person. And description of goods on the stand. If you was booking a trade stand, please tell us what you're going to sell. And then send the booking form to me. And then this is the form for booking form for truck clubs and truck entries. Put your name in and enter the following trucks there, make and model, registration, if you want tickets for the buffet dance, if you want to bring a club stand with you, extra £10. If you want to show model trucks, the indoor space was free to non-trade modelers. So you all fill the forms out. 3 forms that people have to fill out if they want to book themselves into the show. And I ended up with this brochure. Let me just move those up a bit. So the Motorvation Truck Show brochure, organised by Freedom Promotions. That's what I called myself, because I was a legitimate self-employed business. So I was Freedom Promotions for my driving and for this. And there we are. What's going on? The URTU there, the URTU sponsored some of it. They actually printed this for me, so that was good. Big advert for the URTU. Exhibitors guide, people who were coming, who were booked in. Truck entries, so all the information that came in from the forms there, I put on here, and so people could scan through that and check who owns which truck. Advertisements were paid for, a little article written by my friend Mike about the truck enthusiasts, and a thank you to everybody who helped me. And at Truckfest, the biggest truck shows in Great Britain and probably Europe, they took that advertising space there. Agency took that advertising space there, so advertising space was sold in that. So I had stickers. Now that is back to front, of course, because this is a lorry sticker, lorry and car sticker. Motornet was what I called this part of my business. I was Motornet, and there's a small membership card. People could actually join Motornet as a member, because there was a regular newsletter to keep in contact. And there's the vehicle sticker. And after the show, there was write-ups in the magazines. Right, this is the URTU 2-page spread in their magazine. This is Truck and Driver, so big 2-page spread in their magazine. And the magazines did promote it for me as well. They put it in their publications on leading up to it. So I've got all the write-ups from the different places. Look, I've done this bit with written round it with a pen. highlighted it. Oh, I can't get my words out now. So I collected everything that was written about the Motorvation Truckshow. So it's all in there. Look. Trucking International, it's in there. Commercial Motor, it's in there. And anybody that gave us a little visit, I've kept all the cuttings. There was one paid advertisement that I put into the local paper, I think, but I can't find it now. But yeah, so the Motorvation Truck Show took place in Lymm in Cheshire in 1995. Oh my goodness, April 1995. Time flies. This is my friend Linda. Look, this is my friend Linda. Now, because I'd laid out a lot of money for this, I really needed to get as much money in as I could on the gate, and that was cars coming in to visit. So Linda and I, we stood by the gate, sticking our hand in open car windows and asking for money. So oh dear, look at me and Linda. Linda is still my good friend. I still see her sometimes. She's in Ellesmere Port. And there's me. On these pictures we are stood on the Truckfest stand, so they came to the show to advertise their show. They was always supportive of the Lady Truckers Club, I must admit. So yeah. Anyway, I'll put you back in here, in your slot. If I can find it, in the slot. The chair's turned round up. There we are. I think there we are. Right, so that was my little adventure. I stood on the gate for 2 days at the Motorvation Truck Show, trying to get in as much money as I could. It was a gamble, I must admit, but it just about worked out okay, because as I said, I did make enough money to cover the expenses of it. It was a lot of hard work. I did consider doing that again the following year, because these events are generally annual anyway. But when it came to sort of 6 months afterwards, I'm thinking, oh, do I really want to do that again? And I decided that yes, I would. I did do it again, and I just remembered I did do it again, but not on such a big scale. The year after, I chose a hotel in Leicestershire, and it was the same hotel that I had the awards presentation for Our Lady Truckers. So we went back to that hotel with a smaller version of that Motorvation Truckshow, which was also good, but I was being a bit careful that time by not laying out a lot of money for it. So again, it was a good get together for all the drivers, for all the lady truckers. That all seems such a long time ago, and but I've got all these lovely bits of memorabilia to remind me of what I actually did, and I shall keep them. I can't bear to throw them out, because that was a big part of my past, and I hope wherever I end up I will have these to look back on. So anyway, I'll cut off here because I don't want to ramble on and on and on and bore you to death. I will be doing some more videos. Yes, I will. I must make an effort, because we've got a lot of new people following now, so I can't let you down, can I? Okay, this is me, Queen Life After Money. Bye for now.